scheduled.
Yeah, all systems go right now for what looks like it's building up to be a very tense and nail-biting conclusion to this MotoGP World Championship. Those two men know each other very, very well, of course. Mike Leitner, former crew chief to Dani Pedrosa at Repsol Honda and in the 250cc days, and Alberto Puig, former manager and mentor of said Dani Pedrosa as well.
What is going through the mind right now of Taka Nakagami on pole position? He said so often that the tactics for this weekend were to get a better start and get into a rhythm, but he wasn't actually expecting to get pole, not for a long shot. So it's going to be really fascinating to see how he copes with that. Brad Binder here. There'll be a bit of a charge coming from Brad. 15th does not reflect his speed. Quite unfortunate, actually, just to miss out on a place in Q2. That's just how competitive MotoGP is, but they have made steps forward since last week. A top 10 on the cards for Brad Binder.
Got a fight on his hands to be Rookie of the Year, which looked like it was going very much the way of the South African. Alex Marquez's recent resurgence then puts him right in that battle. There's your two men in this World Championship battle then right now, with just 15 points covering the top four men. Fabio Quartararo goes from the back of the second row in 6th place on the Petronas Yamaha SRT. And new World Championship leader, Joan Mir. We've not had a Suzuki rider in this position for 20 long years. Kenny Roberts Jr. back in 2000, the year he won the world title. That was the last time pre-Aragon won a Suzuki man led the MotoGP World Championship.
Amazing, isn't it? None of the top 4 riders in the World Championship, separated by 15 points, are actually on the front row here. It's a tense atmosphere ahead of this Grand Prix of Teruel.
And they're all surrounded by men with nothing really, a lot to lose, like Johan Zarco. The virtual fan wall, the fans are getting excited. You just feel like there's that extra tension for some reason building up to this Grand Prix. The riders know, the teams know, the clock ticking down towards the crucial phase of this 2020 World Championship. Vital, precious points at stake here today. Pecco Bagnaia way down at the back of the 6th row. Behind this man, German Stefan Bradl, who's done an excellent job replacing Marc Marquez yet again so far this weekend.
Yeah, he's testing that new carbon reinforced chassis for this race to find out whether or not that's a step in the right direction for Honda in general. He's been having a good weekend. Other than that crash yesterday, everything was going pretty rosy for Stefan Bradl, so it'll be fascinating to see how he gets on in this race. 5 minutes to the race start as the BMW M8 roars up towards turn 1.
You know what a tough weekend it's been so far for Ducati. Very modest ambitions and expectations then from Davide Tardozzi. They'll be happy to get out of here with a top 10. Those kind of results, though, are not going to win you World Championships, are they?
Here is Bradley Smith on the factory Aprilia, 21st on the grid. Simon, down to you.
Yes, I'm with Mayo Mirigali. I want to know about his rider, Maverick Vinales. Only won this weekend without Valentino here. I'm curious what you think. His speed has been brilliant, but coming into the race, it doesn't always go well, especially towards the end, tyre-wise or feel. Do you think you fixed those problems from last week?
You never know. We work during this weekend to try to improve a little bit what he felt that was still missing during the last GP. But also today I think we just took a little risk because we chose to go with soft. And during last GP, he was extremely happy with the front. And most of the other using medium, and I think that's can be a little advantage. The drop we had last weekend, it might happen again, even if we try to improve it. And I also understood that during the last race, when it took time to understand and to change his riding style, to adapt the less grip provided by the tire. So I think now it will be more